Hello, I'm Simon. Welcome to my workshop, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Proxxon IBS/E rotary tool. Let's get tinkering. This is the top of the range Proxxon rotary tool, and it's the second one I've had. So I've had this tool, or a version of this tool, exactly the same model, for probably 7 or 8 years. And this is the second one. This is new, which is why I thought I would do a review for you. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about why I ended up buying another one and not jumping ship and trying a different brand. So my first rotary tool did have some problems. After a couple of years of reasonably light use, the driver board inside burnt out. I contacted Proxxon and they told me that the driver board in the machine was a 120 volt driver board meant for Europe and America, and the machine that I had was clearly a 230 volt machine and it shouldn't have had that driver board in. Now, it was out of warranty. I didn't really argue, I just wanted to get the tool running again, so I bought the correct driver board for it, fitted it, and it carried on working. One of the things I found with that tool is it always got very hot. When I spoke to Proxxon about that, when I was replacing the driver board, I did ask them if the motor was specific to 230 volts as well, but they assured me that the motor was the same in the 110 and the 230 volt regions. But I think perhaps having the wrong driver board in it and driving it at 230 volts probably damaged the motor, which is why it was getting hot, and in the end it started popping and making lots of funny noises. So I looked around and I really like this tool. It's slightly unwieldy to use, but it's not that bad. I quite like the feel of it to use. It's reasonably light, it feels very high quality. All this is not plastic, it's cast aluminium. This is a ground aluminium top on it for accessories. The shaft is ground steel with 2 rows of ball bearings. The reason I purchased it originally was because this tool was so much quieter than its main competitor, which is the Dremel. And I'll just demonstrate how quiet it is. So here you've got a button that allows you to adjust the speed, and I'll adjust it from its minimum, which is 5,000 RPM, up to its maximum, which is 20,000 RPM. So that's 5,000 RPM, and that's the maximum of 20,000 RPM. The other thing that you'll notice with the tool is that when it runs, it doesn't vibrate or anything. So, you know, you're not going to get tired holding it. There are no vibrations. That means it's going to be a lot more accurate. And that's probably one of the reasons why it is so quiet. One of the other reasons for liking this tool so much is the cord on it is a very flexible rubber. Even in the cold conditions of this workshop today, this is still very flexible. It's not stiff at all, which some tools with a sort of more of a plasticky type cable will start to go stiff and then become difficult to use. With this, it is still very, very flexible. I also already had these 2 accessories. This accessory I also bought from Proxxon. It's the flexible shaft. I'll talk a bit more about that later. But these accessories only work with this Proxxon rotary tool. Now, Proxxon make a bewildering array of rotary tools. This is the IBS/E. I believe it's their top of the range rotary tool. I'll leave a link to their website. This tool, which is the pillar drill, you put the Proxxon in there, lock it down, and then you can use the drill like this. This is a depth stop, and you've got a metal fence here that you can move and there are graduations on the fence so that you can adjust the distance. It also rotates. Another little thing here that allows you to rotate the whole thing and lift it up and down. It's a very nice tool, but to be honest, I very rarely use it. I don't use this as a drill very often. I think if you're doing a lot of printed circuit boards and things, then it might be really useful, but I haven't really found a need for it. This part here does rotate, so you can use it just to hold the tool like this if you wanted to, which is a nice feature and perhaps something, you know, that would make you buy it over, say, one of these. This I use all the time and I really love it. It's a holder for your bench. It's got a clip on it, like a G-clamp. You can use to bolt it down temporarily to your bench. It's also got holes if you want to mount it permanently. It just goes in like this. One annoying factor is you do have to use a tool to lock it in place, and then this has got a ball mount on it, so you can then decide where you want it and then just lock it down. And I use it like this quite a lot. Sometimes I find that when I'm using it, it's easier to take the work to the tool than to take the tool to the work. And that isn't always the case, obviously, but this makes it really convenient to take the work to the tool. This is also useful if you're using the flexible shaft. This part here stops when you put the shaft in. This part here just protects this bit that's rotating, so if you do leave it on your table, on your workbench, then you can use it just like that and turn it on and it works fine. I tend to use it in the mount. I just find that's a little bit easier, and then I haven't got this. When you turn it on, the angular momentum will twist it slightly because of the torque. Something else to mention while we're talking about the torque of this, I've not really noticed any difference in torque between the low speeds and the high speeds, and I very, very, very rarely use it at the highest speed. I've just not really felt the need to do that. As I said earlier, I don't really use it for drilling. The main things that I do with it are grinding, sanding and cutting. My son has done a little bit of engraving on his guitars, but it's not something that I've done any of at all, really. This, in summary, is the Proxxon IBS/E corded 240 volt rotary tool. It's a tool that I really enjoy using, I'm proud to own, and I'm quite happy to recommend it to my viewers. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, then please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, why not subscribe by clicking my logo? It's free, and YouTube will add some of my videos to your feed. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.